guys, so today I'm going to show you how I trim my own hair, and I've been doing this my whole life, so I definitely would not recommend you trying this if you've never cut your hair before. But if you do trim your own hair, maybe you'll get some ideas on how to make it a little bit easier. So I cut my hair when it's dry and straightened so that I can see the cuts better. And when I cut the back, I start off by parting it in the middle and pulling it all forward. I comb it straight down. And then I decide how much I want to take off the bottom, and I just cut that right there. Then I take the other side and I line it up with what I just cut. Comb it all down, and then you can see where I have to cut here on the other side. So now, by cutting it in the front, you've actually just cut the back of your hair even. And then I usually check it again just to make sure. Put your chin up. And that's it. So the back is done. So now I section off that bottom piece that I just cut. Take a little more than that. Probably go like just above the ears all the way around. So you section the back piece off. And take this piece and tie it out of the way so that you don't cut into that again. Next, I decide how much shorter I want to go on the bangs. I don't have a lot of bangs. Just part that part off. The whole key to giving yourself a good trim is to make sure that your parts are even. So I just sectioned off my bangs. And then I'm just going to cut straight across. Then I like to go up like this. And I'm just going to trim that top piece. Now you have your baseline to start with the layers. Part it in half again. And even though sometimes I wear my hair to the side, I cut it in the middle so that I can wear it any way that I want. Now I part down right to the ear. I take this section forward. And I just trim the little baby hairs. This part doesn't grow very fast, so I usually don't need to cut very much of the angles in the front. Go down the other side, right to the ear. Pull that forward. And I like to kind of let the light hit my hair so I can see if there's any split ends sticking out, and I just kind of trim those off. Next, to trim the layer, I make a part going back. About this much hair. Clip that off. Do the same thing on the other side. So now I have two separate pieces, identical on either side. Clip the other piece off. Now, you're going to comb it. It's so funny. It's hard to explain it because I've been doing this for so long I don't even think about it. But comb it down, and when you get to the bangs, where the bangs start is where you're going to start your layer. Make sure you have sharp scissors. Do tiny little cuts, almost like razor cuts. And you're just going to follow your hair down. So you just created that angle and cut all the dead ends off. Take your other piece, do the same thing. Go down to where the bangs are. Little cuts. Done. Both sides are done. Now, depending on how many layers you want to put in, again, keep your hair parted in the middle. I'm going to go down one more. So I'm going to go down a little further. Right about there. Section that off. Same thing on the other side. Section that piece off. So now I just went further down on both sides. You can see this is the hair that I have left down, and the back that I cut is pulled to the side. So you're going to do the same thing. Follow the cuts that you just made. I'm going to pull down where your bangs start. Small cuts all the way to the bottom. Go to the other side. Where the bangs end, small cuts all the way to the bottom. Pull out the bottom. Bye guys, thanks for watching.